Hi there, everyone. It's Misty here from TheJollyFatElf. Before we get started today, I just wanted to remind you that you have until September 19th to sign up for my 2 holiday card classes for the month of September. We are going to be doing Snowman Season and the So Many Stars bundles. And you can see here what you get. And you can also find more information in the blog post, which will be linked down below. So yeah, September 19th. Now on with the show. Hi there, everyone. It's Misty here from TheJollyFatElf. Happy Friday! Welcome to the 6th day of my holiday card series and the last card in my shaker card series. So I'm using that paper from Echo Park that I've showed you in past videos. And I am using this plaid, which you guys know I'm obsessed with. And then I'm adhering it to... I'm using the snowflake pattern as well. And then I'm going to use the die from the snowflake dies that I will have linked down below from Stampin' Up. These are in the current holiday catalog. To cut this out, I'm going to be making a shaker card using die cuts. I'm going to show you how to do that and how you use your sequins and stuff so they don't get stuck on die cuts. Because that's the worst thing that's the hard thing about using die cuts and shaker cards is your sequins tend to get stuck. So I'm using this piece of gold from the Glitz paper from Die Cuts with a View. And I'm going to cut this down to 4 1/8 by 5 3/8. So it's 1/8 of an inch bigger than my card layer. And then I'm also going to use a piece of this paper to cut out the scroll part of the snow globe bottom. So once again, I'm going to adhere that to a piece of adhesive sheet. If you don't have these adhesive sheet and you have like score tape, like the really thick score tape, that will work too. Or you can just skip this part. You don't necessarily have to do this, but like I said, it just makes adhering so much easier because you don't have to fuss around with glue. So I decided to cut out the trees using basic black, and then I'm going to cut out the polar bears using white. I end up only using one of the polar bears in the finished card, but I went ahead and cut both of them out. So I'm just getting all this ready, and then I'm going to run it through my Gemini, and we're back. So I am using one of these cups again, and then I'm going to bring in a piece of acetate to put on the back. So this will allow us to still see through the snow globe, but the sequins and the beads and stuff won't get stuck on our die cuts. So really simple, quick fix, and I just think it turned out really, really great. So I'm going to bring in a binder clip to adhere these two together because I want to adhere down my die cuts before I add in the snow globe. So I'm just using a binder clip, and I'm going to bring in the trees. I'm going to be adhering these with liquid glue. And again, I'm just doing this so I know exactly where my die cuts need to go because again, they're not in the globe. They're going to be in the back. And I was looking for my tweezers. I have tweezers someplace. I have no idea where they are. And then, like I said, I thought I was going to use both polar bears and ended up just using the big polar bear. They didn't really fit as well as I was hoping they would. If you were just doing the polar bears, you could move them up and they would fit a little bit better. But with the trees, they just didn't fit the way I wanted them to. So I'm taking some liquid glue and I'm going around the outside, and then I'm going to adhere this to the piece of pattern paper. And then I'm going to turn it right over because I didn't give it a chance to dry. So I'm just going to hold it down for a second and give it a chance to dry. And then I'm going to add liquid glue all over the back except for the acetate because we don't want our snow globe to be gluey. So there you go. You can see that you can shake it around and it doesn't get stuck on any of the die cuts. So I'm bringing in this, I think it's called Comfort and Joy stamp set from Simon Says Stamp because it has this buffalo plaid sentiment. Both of the sentiments I think in this set are buffalo plaid, and you can just kind of see it there. So I'm stamping the Merry Christmas, and then I'm going to bring in some of the snowflakes from the stamp set. Excuse me, but I end up only using the big one. You guys are getting so many card insides decorated. This is so unlike me. But I'm going to go ahead and stamp that and call it good. And then I'm going to get that adhered to the inside of a basic black card base. that I've cut down to 5.5 by 8.5, scored it at 4 1/4. We're gonna adhere the front with liquid glue and then the inside with snail, like I do. And we're just about done with this card. The last thing I'm gonna do after getting those adhered is I'm gonna adhere the two bases together. And again, I'm just gonna peel off the backer sheet after getting all the little pokey things out and get that down. And then I'm gonna adhere that with the Scotch adhesive. So thank you so much for joining me, guys. It's quick and simple. These little shaker cards with the shaker cups go so fast. Here's a look at all 3 cards for Shaker Card Week. Thank you so much for joining me. I hope you have a fantastic weekend. Check out the links below so you can get your order placed, and I will see you on Monday for another week of cards. Bye for now.